Get ready, buddy.
This is Jeopardy! Now entering the studio are today's contestants. A student from Michigan, Bunny Fan. Someone from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, Pearno. And our returning champion, an editor researcher from the United Kingdom, quizplease, whose 4-day cash winnings total $42,300. And now, here's the host of Jeopardy, Johnny Zillion.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Waffle. And a huge thank you to everybody out there watching this. Welcome to another amazing episode of JAPPA, Jeopardy, whatever you want to call it. It is once again another amazing episode because Quiz has returned for his 5th and final day. And if he wins tonight's match, and he is going to join the Hall of 5-day champions, retired, done with, and rich as usual. Now, remember, we only have Buds and Jaddy currently in that, and we've got a whole tournament of champions, which will come on later on in the season. Whenever the season ends, I have no idea when the finale is going to be, but remember, there's only 2 people standing in the way of Quiz becoming a retired champion, Pearno and Solo. We will see how they do tonight, and it's about time for me to stop yapping, because it's time for us to get to our game. We got all these amounts on the board, and we've got the categories, which are as follows. Tube time. Stanley plays JAPPA. First talk about Stanley Parable. The 27 Amendments. Tri-bond. Got 3 things. They all share a common bond. Your job's to name it. They're electronic. And finally, hello and goodbye.
Let's go with Tri-bond for 300.
All right, here it is. Engine olive coconut. Quiz.
What are oils?
Yep, that's right. Select again.
Tri-bond 400.
Answer there. That's the daily double. All right, well, good to get her early, but here's the thing. You can wager $500 on this one. Only 300. What are you doing here?
Let's go 500.
All right, the max. Why not? Here we go. Your daily double, and I don't think you're going to like this one. World Series champs, 72, 73, 74.
Oh, God. Who are Oakland?
Yeah, you got it. We'll take it.
Oh, my God.
The Oakland A's, you're right. I'll put you at $800. An amazing answer, and you get to select again. Amazing. Wow.
Got very lucky there. Tri-bond 500.
All right, here we go. Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Django Unchained. Quiz.
What are films directed by Quentin Tarantino?
That is correct, and now up to 1,300.
Tri-bond 200.
All right, here we go. Key, Surf, Mother. Quiz.
What are they? They can all have board after them.
Yeah, we'll take it. That's good.
100 tri-bonds.
Let's finish it off while we have it. Palm, Pine, Oak. Somebody likes oak here. Quiz.
What are trees?
Yep, that's it, and that'll do for the tri-bonds. Quiz,
Hello,
you got
goodbye,
1,600, and all right, let's do hello and goodbye 300 then. In a 1987 movie, these 3 words repeatedly follow. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Quiz.
Boys prepare to die.
Correct. Select again.
Hello and goodbye 400.
There we go. This is Spinal Tap gave birth to a meme when the title rock band shouts, "Hello, this Midwestern city," while lost on the way to the stage. Quiz.
Boys Cleveland.
Yep, that's it. Go and select again.
200, same category.
There we go. Phrase used by DJs turning over a record in an idiom. I'll catch you on it. Quiz.
Where's the flip side?
Yep, that's it. 2,500. Select again.
Hello and goodbye 500.
And here it is. This respectful greeting from Hindi means I bow to you.
Oh my god, what's it called?
Um,
Oh my god, I forgot it.
That would
What
be
is it?
namaste.
Namaste. How did
oh,
that escape my mind?
Well, doesn't matter, quiz. You get to select again.
Goodbye, 100.
All right, let's clear it out. She greeted listeners with the 2015 song Hello and got a monster hit. Quiz.
It was Adele.
That is it. You've got 2 categories cleared. Where do you want to go next?
Let's see what Stanley Pays Jappa for 300 is about.
Let's try it. In the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe version, Stanley unlocked this inanimate object from a new context section. Little did the player know they nearly ended up in bed together if it wasn't for the narrator covering their eyes.
Is
Andrew.
what is a bucket?
That is correct. You're on the board. Select for us.
Stanley plays Jappa for 200.
All right, here we go. Across the Stanley Parable series, Stanley was given this employee number from which he was referred to at his place of work. Andrew again?
What is 427?
427 is right. Select again, please.
Stanley for 400.
All right, here we go. At one ending of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, the user prevents a baby made of cardboard from going into a fire. Little did the user know, to get this ending, they had to play this game for this many hours. Andrew.
What is the game where you have to hit the button to save the baby for 4 hours?
What are we looking here? Yeah, we'll give it to you. We're just looking for 4 hours, just the name of just how many time it is. But it doesn't matter. You got it. Continue.
Yeah. Stanley for 5.
All right, here we go. In the Ultra Deluxe version, Stanley is taken to many sets of many games, including Minecraft, Portal, and including this game created by Psyonix. Andrew.
What is Rocket League?
Yes, that is it. Continue.
And I'll finish off Stanley for 100.
All right, let's see if you can. The first Stanley Parable game was created in this year in the 2010s by developers Davey Reedon and William Pooh. I hope I might have mispronounced his name, but it's too late.
Is this about time to ask, what is the Stanley Parable?
It's a video game. You are not very good at video game questions. I do know that. But time out there looking for 2013, and we're going to take a quick break here. We've had almost 3 category clears, but we still got plenty of game left. Tune in. We're going to talk with these contestants and do a little bit more when we continue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with JAPPA, and it's once again time for me to talk to the contestants very poorly. Now, we have Solo here, also known as Andrew. Did pretty good on the Stanley Parable category, considering Quiz is terrible at video game questions. So congratulations on that, first and foremost.
Thank you.
And I heard you have an interesting fact, because you performed a very cool song from your favorite band, and something cool happened.
Yeah, my school's right show. I went twice that day since they wanted someone else to go. But the first time I went around, I performed Bang, and I decided to be doing the tour version, be a little theatrical with it. Everyone thought I was done right a certain part of the song when I went to instrumental. Even the MC came back on, and I just ran back out and finished the song, and everyone freaked out.
That's fun. You'll always love like a little pseudo encore. Well, you're pretty good at performing. Let's see if you can keep it up. See if you can keep up your performances so far. You've been doing pretty good. But yeah, compared to most contestants who play Quiz, I mean, you're doing all right. All right, and now we're on the Pearno. I heard you also have an interesting fact about yourself. You're a longtime member of the community. Do you have any interesting moments? Do you have any favorite moments as so far being in this community?
Probably my stupidest moment was saying a greenhouse was made of rubber on the weakest link.
Oh, it could have been worse. You could have said greenhouse gases are made out of greenhouses. But you know what? Not bad. So far, no money, but hey, you still got plenty of questions, plenty of clues to go. Hey, still a few daily doubles next round. So, hey, best of luck to you, and wish you the best, of course. And Quiz, our 4-day champion, soon to be 5 if everything goes well, $2,600. What are you feeling going into this, potentially retiring?
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for no longer that sort of uneasiness in my stomach whenever I have to play this game. So
Oh, yeah, it
there's
makes
the
two of us.
upside.
Well, hey, Quiz, of course, best of luck. And, it's very interesting. It's been a while since I start with someone else other than you coming out of the introduction. Andrew, you had the last one correct, so you get to pick this one. Go ahead.
I'll try Tube Time for 4.
All right, let's see what we got. The 1972 stock, the oldest London Underground stock and Britain's oldest regular running trains, all run on this line. This one's about trains. Looking for the Bakerloo line. I'm going to continue with Andrew.
Same for 3.
Let's try it. This station has the most London Underground lines serving it, with the Metropolitan, Northern, Victoria, Circle, Hammersmith, and City, and Piccadilly lines all serving it. Quiz.
Was King's Cross?
Can we be more specific?
Was King's Cross International?
No, can't give you that one. Anybody else?
King's Cross. What else do you call it?
You had to be specific there. Looking for King's Cross, St. Pancras. The one.
Oh, are they jointed? I never knew that they were jointed.
Well, now you know. That's the fun of JAPPA. Solo, you get to continue. Continue.
Tube 5.
All right, let's try it. Despite multiple changes in the London Underground map, you can thank this person for the original London Underground map, having designed it in 1933.
I've definitely written this as a quiz question, but I've forgotten it since then.
Well, this is definitely going to be a stumper. We've got Harry Beck.
Yeah.
What a name, Harry Beck.
Harry
Or
Beck.
Henry Beck, whenever you want.
Okay.
Solo, continue.
2 for 2.
Might as well get out the way. This London Underground line serves the most northerly London Underground station and is purple on the map. That'd be the Metropolitan line.
Oh,
Okay, that was weird. I don't know what the hell that sound was. All right, well, anyways, continue on, Solo.
let's just get the last 2 out of the way. 2 for 1.
All right, finally. This is the newest railway line made for London opening for passenger traffic in 2022, despite it not technically not being a tube line. Quiz?
Was the Elizabeth line?
And that is right. Finally, we get something out of this.
We don't see it unturned. Dear God, these 2 categories are horrible for me. We'll go the 27 amendments for 100.
All right, here we go. It's the one with freedom of speech. Quiz.
Was the First Amendment?
Correct. Select again.
200, same category.
All right. Keep it moving for 200. It's the one with the right to bear arms. I guess I should space these out as hard as I can. Quiz.
Was the Second Amendment?
That is correct. Select again.
300.
All right, here it is. The right for women to vote. Nailed it. Pearno.
What is the 19th Amendment?
That is correct. You're on the board. All right, Pearno, you can select now.
Same for 400.
All right, here we go. The right to a fair and quick trial. How ironic. Pearno.
What is the 5th Amendment?
No, sorry. Anybody else? You were one off. It was the 6th Amendment.
Oh,
We're going to move on back to Pearno, though.
I do. Let's finish the category off.
All right, here we go. It prohibits Congress to tax people so they can vote. And that would be the 24th Amendment. All right, one category left, Perno. Which one do you want?
I go with 400.
And here we go. This French music duo has had a recent feature in an artist's album and has had everyone dancing since the late 2000s. Quiz?
Where's Daft Punk?
No, sorry. Anybody else?
Ooh. There's another French electronic music duo?
It's the one that Brogan loves. It's Justice. Anyways, we're going to move it back to Perno. I love it too. It's fun. All right, Perno, you can select another amount.
500.
All right, why not? Both taking a liking to each other's work, Marcus gifted a custom Minecraft skin for this EDM artist.
Who cares?
Andrew?
Who is Skrillex?
No. Anybody else?
There's literally nothing interesting about this.
We're looking for Dead Mouse. Back over to Perno.
Who?
I knew that. I just couldn't remember the person. 300.
Yeah, all right, here we go. 300. It's this iconic French duo who have had their music praised and observed by artists such as Pharrell and Kanye. Maybe not much of a flex nowadays. Quiz?
Who is Daft Punk?
There you go. That's Daft Punk.
200.
All right, here we go. This one's for 200. He was a legend in the EDM genre, known for such hits as Wake Me Up and The Nights, with his legacy still pushing through. Quiz.
Who is Avicii?
That is right, and to finish it off, 100. In 2012, he won the Grammy Award for Best Dance Electronic Album and Dance Recording.
If only they gave us more specification. That was 13 years ago.
And see, that was Skrillex. And
Oh.
done for the round. We got Quiz in the lead with 2,800. Solo in the second with 900. And Perno, you've got negative 100. But don't worry, you're going to get the advantage in Double Jappa. That's going to be coming up after this break.
Brogan has made me listen to some of Justice's.
I have, and you called it
music.
like cattywampus or whatever.
The question was about
What did I
electronic
call them?
components. I thought that's what it was about.
Oh,
I was like,
what did he call Justice?
Cattywampus, or what'd you call it? What'd you call it, please? You call it some like really sophisticated British word that I do not care for. I just need to know.
What I called it, but
I think it might have been that.
It might have been cattywampus.
Can I ask who wrote the category?
Yeah, who wrote it? Who wrote that?
I didn't really touch this one this time around.
Hold on, let me see.
I mean, at least it wasn't as bad as the tube category.
That was brutal. All right, welcome back to Jappa. We're just about ready to double the money, double the fun, and hopefully see if we can double Quiz's winnings, maybe even triple it, quadruple it, and maybe give some money to you guys and Perno, of course. And no, you know what? Since you're in last place, of course, you get the joy of starting this round off. And just to show you what we've got amounts from 200 to 1,000. We still got 2 daily doubles, and we've got 6 categories as usual, and they are nautical terms, followed by greatest greats, exotic fruits and vegetables. I'll take a look at the 2025 Sidemen Charity Match. And you get to connect them, like only Connect. It's like Tribond before. And then we have Modern Potpourri. All right, Perno, as I have mentioned, you get to start, so pick whatever you want.
Start with Modern Potpourri for 600.
All right, why not? Let's see. Be careful. A fake Windows update could be this. Name for the fee you'll have to pay hackers. Perno?
What is ransomware?
That is correct. You're out of the hole. Select again.
Same category for 800.
All right, here we go. As early as 1901, this U.S. state was described as the Mitten State. Quiz?
Was Michigan?
Because it looks like a mitten. You're right.
Here we go. Only connect 600.
All right, here we go. About time. Yeah, let's see. Oh, woohoo, that's the other one. We're looking for connect them. There we go. Pretend you didn't see that one. You're not going to remember it anyways. All right, here we go. Only connect for 600. Cherry, plum, apricot, peach. These belong in this fruit category. Quiz.
What are stone fruits or drupes?
Yeah, we'll take that. Select again.
800, same category.
And the answer there, daily double. All right, well, you've got a lot of money to risk here. You've got 4,200 and a fairly simple category for you. What are we thinking?
2,000.
All right, 2,000. Let's see what we can get out of this. Either 6,200 or 2,200. Still a lot of money. And here is your clue. Lutheranism, Baptist, Reformed, Quaker. Major branches of this movement.
What is Protestantism?
And that is correct. You've got it. $6,200 to you right now. And you get to select again.
1,000, same category.
Why not? Steam engine, spinning jenny, electricity advancements, telegraph. Inventions from this country's era. Quiz.
Was the United Kingdom?
Yeah, we'll give that to you.
400, same category.
All right, here we go. Those symbols. There are a few of examples of these. Now, B quiz.
What are Greek letters?
No, not what we're looking for. Anyone else?
Okay.
Andrew.
What are math operations?
No, not what we're looking for. Erno, want to give it a shot? All right, let's see it.
What are variables?
And no, triple stumper this time. We're looking for irrational numbers. We're going to pass it back to quiz, though.
Oh.
200, same category.
All right, here we go. Finishing off the only connects. Smiling Friends, Black Cheeses, Home Videos, FLCL. From this network.
Yeah, God, how am I supposed to know this?
Pearno?
What is ABC?
Say again?
What is ABC?
No, incorrect. Anybody else? Andrew?
What is NBC?
No. Quiz, you want to give it a shot?
No, absolutely no.
Okay, well, too bad. We were looking for Adult Swim.
Oh.
All right, back over to quiz.
Let me look at the board. Okay, Sidemen charity match. We'll take the 600 one.
All right, let's just go back to that one for a minute. All right, we'll take the 600, just get it out the way. All right, here we go. This person was the referee for this year's edition and has been ever since the 2022 edition at the Valley Stadium. Quiz.
Who is Mark Clattenburg?
That is correct. Now up to 7,000.
800, same category.
Here we go. This YouTuber received the highest rating according to FOTMob, receiving a 9.71 rating after scoring a hat trick, the most goals scored of anyone in this year's edition.
I have a guess, but I don't want to risk it.
Well,
Theo?
you didn't. Yeah, it was Theo. You should have. But anyways, don't worry. You can still go.
400, same category.
Here we go. This YouTuber scored the winning penalty in the penalty shootout, winning the game for the YouTube All-Stars. Quiz.
Who is I Show Speed?
That's correct. Select again, please.
1,000, same category.
All right, why not go big? The first substitution of the game in 21 seconds saw Theo Baker being replaced for this YouTuber.
I have a guess, but I, again, don't want to risk it.
What was that
Dead
guess? Looking for Jinxie there.
Oh, Jinxie.
Oh.
I forgot he was there. 200.
Oh, don't worry. You still got control, and we'll head on over to 200. Same category. The 2025 edition of the Sidemen Charity Match was held at this venue in London with a capacity of 90,000 people. Quiz?
Was Wembley.
And that is correct. Go ahead and select again.
Let's go with exotic fruits and vegetables for 600.
All right, let's see what we have there. Laver, a type of seaweed eaten in Ireland and Wales, is called nori in this country. Quiz.
Was Japan.
That is correct. Go ahead. You now have 8,000.
800.
All right, here we go. 9,800 on the fruits and vegetables. The name of this vegetable comes from the Latin words caulis, stalk, and flaws, flower. Quiz.
I feel a fear of falling into a trap. What is cauliflower?
And it couldn't be any more simpler. Now up to $9,000.
1,000, same category.
And the answer there. It's a daily double. All right. Well, you've got $9,000 to risk here and make a lot of history with one right move. What do you want to do?
I'll go with 1066.
All right, 1066. A hell of a number for those people who care about that war. All right, here we go. 1066. Well, there's a good flash game on it. This Chinese fruit, sometimes called a nut, is related to the longan.
Chinese fruit, sometimes called a nut. No, I don't know. What is kumquat?
No, sorry.
Am I?
Is the answer screwed on my end, or is it actually just nut? Yeah, it really is just nut, isn't it? All right, well, you're down to 79-34, still in a very huge lead. Go ahead and select again.
400.
All right, here, let's see what we got. Feijoa fruit resembles this New Zealand product, but has no fuzz. Quiz.
Was kiwi?
That's it. Select again.
Okay, 200.
All right, picking it off, finishing it off. When sliced crosswise, a carambola resembles a 5-pointed one of these. Quiz.
Was star.
And that is it.
Nautical term 600.
All right, let's see what we got here on nautical terms 600. A collective term for all the lines used to support masts and raise and lower sails. That would be rigging. Back over to you, Quiz.
Greatest 600.
All right, greatest 600. Their state's water tower is one of the surviving structures of this great historic event. Pearno.
What is the Great Chicago Fire?
And correct, you're out of the hole again.
Let's go back to modern potpourri for 1,000.
All right, going big here. This word meaning to raise anchor has nothing to do with how heavy it is. It's from Old Saxon for to lift or carry. That would be weigh. W-E-I-G-H. Dear God, I forgot how to spell. Pearno, select again.
Potpourri for 400.
All right, here we go. K is for this brand that offers K-Rounds coffee pods. Pearno.
What is Keurig?
That's correct. You've got more money. Select again.
Let's finish off the category.
All right, finishing off potpourri. Choose letters wisely on this New York Times game that defeated its 1,000th puzzle by lighting up the Empire State Building. Quiz.
What is Wordle?
And correct. You've got more money, and you select again.
Great.
All right, here we go. 800 on the greats. 8 on great. The great 8. No, we do not. A disastrous worldwide economic decline in the 21st century, even being compared to the Great Depression. Andrew.
What's the recession?
Yeah, we'll give it to you. That's right.
1 minute.
Great, 4,000.
All right, here we go. He declared his country as a world empire. Pearno.
Who was Hitler?
No. God. Anybody else?
Don't know.
That'd be Peter the Great. Back to you, Andrew.
Okay. Same 4.
All right, here we go. Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. Quiz?
What are the Great Lakes?
Correct.
200.
All right, finishing off the greats. It's part of the Seven Wonders, still standing even if you debate its condition. And
What is
Quiz?
the Great Pyramid of Giza? 400.
You're
400
wrong. You're wrong. Select somebody else.
Oh.
Andrew.
What's the Coliseum?
Nope. Fairno, you want to give it a shot?
Nope.
We're looking for the Great Wall of China, and that is time.
Oh, did it say New Wonders of the Ancient World?
Well, it says part of the Seven Wonders, but we can debate on that. We can debate on that later. All right, well, anyways, Quiz now with 8,934, Solo $900 in second, and Perno, unfortunately, -100. Unfortunately, you will not be able to play Final Jeopardy, but you do get to go home with some cool prizes. Waffle, what are these people going home with? Oh, wait, he's gone. Well, you get to go home with the JAPPA board game, of course. You get this little necklace that says JAPPA and, like, those little square beads, you know, those little beads that you made in, like, 5th grade, those little necklaces things. And why not? We'll give you a little pencil. You can chew on that. It tastes exactly like the set. And while you're at it, go ahead and grab a book with Alex Trebek's face on it. I think it's one of those biographies. I'm not really too sure, though. It could just be one of those mangas. I would totally kill for an Alex Trebek manga. I bet he would have done that if he was still alive. Anyways, back to me. I'm at the Final Jeopardy board now. Wow, those are some great prizes. I hope I go home with those. Well, anyways, 2 people left and a chance for Quiz to retire here on this Final JAPPA category. The Final JAPPA category is Films of the 60s.
Yay.
We're just a few moments away from witnessing history, only if it goes well on the films of the 60s. Let's take a look at the clue. Parts of this 1961 rock and roll movie were filmed on location in Oahu and Kauai. You have 30 seconds, players. Good luck. All right, time's up. We're going to start with whoever's in second place. I'm going to say whoever, like I haven't seen them already. We've got Solo, $1,100. Let's see what they came up with.
No idea.
Looking for Robin. What is Robin and the Seven Hoods? No, I don't think that is even a movie at all. I don't even think he had 7 hoods. Did he? I'm not sure. I don't know if that. I don't know. Well, I'll pretend like it is. Well, unfortunately, that's going to cost you how much though? $900. That'll put you down to 200. And we're going to finish off with Quiz, $9,134. What is he going to close off with? We're all just dying to know. What is Blue Hawaii? And I'm a 5-time Jeopardy champ. That is correct. And God damn, this audience does not like you. But you're right on both occasions. And how much money you wagering there?
Had to finish off with another great English year.
Damn right, 1966, and that puts you at a total of 11,100, and you are retired. 5 days and 11,100 to close off your 5th day, and that puts you at a grand total of a lot of money, first and foremost. I think around, let's see, you add 42,000, you add that, you're around, $53,400 right there. $53,400. You're in second place at the moment, and you join the elite Hall of Champs, 5-day champs, Jaddy and Buds, of course. So congratulations, Quiz. You did amazing, of course. I mean, you pretty much killed the shit out of everybody else that came through here. Of course, respect to all the others who have, unfortunately, are no longer with us because of Quiz. But Quiz will probably see you later in the Tournament of Champions, whenever that happens. And next week, we're going to have 3 new players and a chance for somebody to start a whole new run. But until then, I'm Johnny Zillion. We'll see you next time on Jappa. Good night, everybody. Any second and third place says done. This is state of mind. Done. This is the end of it.
I'm very happy with
Everything
that.
from laundry to the yard stuff. No time for it. You're done. And when it's not done, try Ultra Done. But when it's not done, but you couldn't be bothered to do it, and Bliss Extreme Bath Salts. Now you can punch in the face with Paradise. Grab relaxation by the throat with Bliss Extreme Bath Salts and tropical range, and ambiguous particulate LED lamp. Comes with 7 default colors and powered by batteries or USB.